on all these other things at a time. You know what I mean? It's only good.
We're live right now, homeboy.
Live.
All right. So, real quick, I'm going to work on getting this shared around to a couple other people. But could you guys talk about some of the free agency tagging that we've had going on? Like some of these people who have been trapped, so to speak.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let me, I guess, begin it by saying I got to find out all the details of franchise tagging. Now, I know the concept is if you franchise tag a player, you have to give them something like, I might be off, but something like the middle grain of the median of that position. So you're not the highest player, but not the lowest player, but the median of what that position gets paid.
Yeah, so some of those positions would be paid really well. Yeah. I mean, let me look. We've looked at it before. I always look at it,
and so and that's good because some guys will get raises right then, like extreme raises right then.
Yeah.
So that'll be the concept of that, and I'm good with that for a year, if you want to do that. But I'm also good with a player not wanting to sign it, and then becoming a free agent. I don't want him because you're already trapped under a contract. You do your 4 years. Let's say as a rookie, you do your 4 years. Then all of a sudden, as your rookie running back, your team's like, we really don't want to pay you because we've seen running backs get injured, so we're going to just franchise tag you. So we're just benefiting ourselves while, not really dealing with you. So, when me as a running back might be at the point of like, you know what? I don't want to be with the Dallas Cowboys anymore. I don't want to be with the Jets anymore. I want to go to Florida.
And I think one of the biggest deterrents of being under a franchise tag is all the NFL players, all of them want to be, especially the ones that are going to be franchise tagged, are the ones that want to have long-term contracts.
Exactly.
Long-term contracts become security. I mean, to us, it kind of feels weird. Somebody's upset about getting paid a median of $20 million for that one season, but they would be getting. It does sound. I mean, but they're looking at a 4-year, $120 million contract. It would be spread out or whatever, but that guarantees that they've got work for the foreseeable future, not just that year. Because if something happens to them in that year, they're done.
And especially if the market is hot for you. Yeah. So recently, Allen Robinson just got signed for a franchise tag, and in the media, the market was really hot for him. There's been some teams that picked him up and paid him, but now he can't go to those teams simply because his team decided to franchise tag him for one more year.
Yeah, and the only way, by the way, they can refuse a franchise tag is to sit out the season, which is what Le'Veon Bell did.
I mean, they basically can't.
Yeah, they can't.
If they want to play money,
right?
Yep. So I don't like it. Don't like it.
And you don't like it, and I know you don't like it because it takes away all choice, and it only usually happens when contract discussions break down and. Like you said, the player's a hot commodity, or it's somebody that if they let test free agency, they know he's gone.
Yeah.
Like
Kenny Golladay.
Kenny Galladay's now a free agent. But see, they didn't hit him with it, so now he's definitely going somewhere else.
Yeah, but you see, the point is, you franchise tag him so he don't go nowhere, right?
Right.
But why not pay him so he don't go nowhere?
Sometimes, the way the money works out on your cap space, it's easier to franchise a guy for a season. And sometimes they'll tell them that, like, hey, we're going to franchise you this year. And then we'll make sure that we make the numbers work going forward. Good organizations, in my opinion, do that.
Exactly.
I don't know for a fact that they do that.
Because in your head, that would be a good concept to do.
Right.
That would be a respectable, I'm the owner, I'm the GM, and I respect the things you're doing for my team.
Exactly.
XYZ. Not, you know what? I'm just going to use you. What? You broke your leg?
Sorry.
I don't speak Spanish, but adios, amigos. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for those of you watching, welcome on into this
Hola.
three-man blitz. Hola, as Queasy says, since he speaks Spanish now. So we're going to go ahead and do what we always do. I'm Andrew. You got Jeremy and Queasy joining me.
What's good?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, fellas
So,
and ladies?
Fellas and ladies, we're going to go ahead and throw
And
some
ladies.
back and talk about football. The conveniences of having a mini fridge or right beside my setup is perfect. I love it.
You might have a problem.
Cheers. Queasy
Cheers.
ain't even got his drink.
Ain't got no drink.
Jim Beam hits right, son.
I'm drinking a whiskey that is it's called Redemption. It's pretty cool. Pretty good. And I've been trying all these different. This is a weeded bourbon, num-nums. There was quite a few people today, quite a few teams that dropped some bombs on who they were retaining with that franchise tag
Yes.
and who they were letting go, letting test the free agency. Galladay being one of the biggest ones. Yeah, I didn't take a shot. But I just drank out my cup.
What's up, Matt? Thanks for joining us, buddy. We appreciate you as always.
Hey, it's Matt.
And, Chris Widener. What's up? Talking about that.
Chris?
Johnu Smith. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Which one we
Oh,
doing?
Johnu. He's
All right.
Titans.
So today we're playing this game where we're gonna go ahead and break down. Take the crown. Take the crown. We're gonna go ahead and break down our roles as GMs. So if you guys don't care, I'm gonna go first this time because I got like real drunk last time, like when we had Matt on, and dude, bro, I booked your team so bad, but
Hey,
then we had that stripper.
I'll drink to that.
We
don't talk about that phantom phone call.
We have to talk about this because when the stripper came on, Queasy started dancing. And if you go back, I didn't notice it at first. I went back and watched, and Queasy was dancing.
Yes.
You only went back to watch the stripper dude.
He didn't even notice.
Oh man. Yeah. Chris says, "What's up?" Yeah, what's up?
Good?
Watching. All right, guys. So Patriots. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this off first. So right now, it's projected that the Patriots are going to have about $62.3 million in cap space, and that's like the projected low. So I'm going to lowball this whole thing and just kind of swing it out there. First thing we have to do is fill the quarterback void because let's be real, Cam's gone. Cam's not going to be the Patriots starting quarterback next season. They didn't use him right. So
I hope he's not.
He's not because he's going to Washington.
We're going to have a couple of options here. And I stuck with the Patriots mindset when I went ahead and filled this out. So
What's their mindset?
Jacoby Brissett. Going to be a free agent. Yeah, that's very Patriots of them, isn't it? Jacoby Brissett is the guy we're going to pick up. We're going to go for him. We're going to go for possibly Tyrod Taylor. Tell me Tyrod Taylor wouldn't. Yeah.
That's New England's mindset.
That is very New England. Or you're going to be mind blown with this one, Mitchell Trubisky. That's some trash. Okay, if you don't like that, I'm going to draft a quarterback. Do you guys not like that? Is that not what I'm doing?
I don't like that either. What about like Fitzpatrick or one of these older guys that you can stick in and he'll be
I'm not going to do that.
okay.
I'm not going to do that. I think I would rather go with Brissett over most of the other options we have available right now. Possibly a Marcus Mariota, most likely Jacoby Brissett though. He looks all right when he's healthy.
Go get Garoppolo back.
No, not messing with Garoppolo. 49ers don't want to come off of him. Not messing with Garoppolo. That's what everybody.
So you went with Brissett.
Brissett, yeah. Very Patriots of me. I just need a guy who can come in and just throw the ball. That's all you got to do, man.
They did that last year with Cam, and he was supposed to be great.
That's the thing. Cam missed everybody. His throws look like ass.
There was something going on. He wasn't healthy.
He was definitely drinking whatever Taysom Hill was drinking.
Okay, so we're we're gonna have to add some weapons. I'm gonna retain a lot of the guys on my defensive side of the ball whose contracts are coming up this year. I think Devin McCourty. Of course, we're going to retain him. Okay. Center and guard are coming up. I'm retaining those guys. Okay. And that's going to cut in a little bit, and I'm going to be looking at about $42 million after that. So now we're going to go out to free agency, and we're going to pick and choose. I am going to go after one Jadeveon Clowney. This defense is pretty nasty. This Patriots defense had a lot of opt-outs last year. But the season before, man, they were just sick. They were downright sick. Of course, they had Tom Brady on the other side of the ball to bail them out whenever things got kind of out of control. But absolutely, I'm going for Jadeveon Clowney. I think I can get him on a cheaper price tag than what he's been asking the past couple of seasons. He's been bouncing around the league a little bit, and pairing him with this Patriots defense, boy, that'd be great. Another very Patriots move I'm going to make. I'm going after a number 2 wide receiver because we don't ever have a legit number 1. Will Fuller.
So you go after a number 2.
I'm going after a number 2. Will Fuller. We are going to sign Will Fuller. He's a free agent this season out of Houston. And also Curtis Samuel, which Curtis Samuel actually has.
You know what? Hold on, Jeremy. I never had a sports car, so I'm gonna go buy a station wagon.
Exactly. Hey, it'll
get you where you need to go.
You can GM the Patriots next year. You already figured it out.
You've got it. Welcome to the front office.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, let me get that minivan over there.
Basically, you had Tom Brady for like 200 years over here begging for weapons, and you're like, Julian Edelman.
How you gonna go for a number 1 and no have a number 1, but go for Fuller?
Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fill our ranks through the draft because that's what the Patriots like to do. And in free agency, they don't make signs; they just don't. Which is why they have so much damn money.
I apologize. Did you tell me when they draft? What number?
I haven't made it there yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I get there. Don't worry. So Curtis Samuel, we're going to pick up Curtis Samuel. Matt Rule really kind of brought out his potential this past year. He's another guy that I think we could get pretty cheap. I'm not touching old Juju. Another number 2. Okay. So Rex Burkhead, his contract comes up this year. We're letting him go. James White is also a free agent from what I've read. So we're going to go after the high end of the running back pool, but the cheaper end of it, and going to buy like a discount Le'Veon Bell and go get Chris Carson.
I would personally rather have Chris Carson than I would Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, I mean, at this point, yes. But I'm talking about he's like a discount old Le'Veon Bell, but when he was with the Steelers. Chris Carson's actually a really good running back. He's had issues with fumbles in the past, but that's something we can look by. He was pretty good last season. I believe he got injured near the end of the season, but I think we can get it pretty cheap. So we're going to go with him. And we're going to sign tight end Gerald Everett. So Sean McVay never really used him to his full potential necessarily. He's got big size and a lot of speed, so I think we can get him too. And if things fall through with Chris Carson, well, there's always Marlon Mack. Man's only 25. And Queasy, I know you love you some Marlon Mack.
Yeah, I do really.
You really
he's had injuries, but when he plays, he's really good.
Do you think the Colts are actually going to let him go, or you think they're going to re-sign him?
No, they'll let him go.
Yeah, well, that's going to be my guy. That's going to be one of the guys I go after. And McKinley, hey, this guy played for the Falcons. He was an edge rusher. Takaris McKinley. Man, that's a first name. But anyway, he's had a lot of issues. This guy's bounced around from team to team. But I know, what was it? He went to the 49ers, and then he ended up getting cut by them over issues. Man, this guy was just causing fights and whatnot. So he's definitely the kind of player the Patriots go after, a guy with a lot of talent that's had some issues in the past, and we'll just lock him up in the locker room, not let him talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Hey, B, I'm looking at you. All right. So with our pick in the first round, I'm gonna go through the first 2 rounds and go ahead and give you my picks. I got a first round pick.
Oh,
Andrew's making me drink. I hate you, Queasy.
I want to put that on the big screen.
We got a first round at 15 and the second round at 47. So with the first pick, you guys guess who I'm taking? You guys guess?
What pick did you say you had?
Kyle Pitts.
Oh, you didn't tell me what pick you had.
What number?
I was asking the number.
Number 15.
Kyle Pitts at 15. Queasy's favorite.
I think that's about the latest he would fall. Queasy is not a fan of taking tight ends high. He is not.
I'm not a fan of taking a tight end before the other wide receivers. No.
Oh, well, the wide receiver that I'm going to want is going to be off the board. Maybe with the first round pick we might go Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith might still be there. And he's a hard-working guy. That's the kind of deal the Patriots like. But I don't think he'll last that long, honestly.
But honestly, if you did get Pitts for New England, that would be an excellent pick for them. Excellent.
Oh, well, thank you, Queasy.
It would be an excellent pick.
Yeah,
The biggest question is, I still want
to.
It depends on who you have throwing in the ball.
Yep. Well, in the second round, now this is my plan for the future. Second round, number 47 pick overall. Praying that he slides this far.
What pick do you have in the second round?
Number 47. Some drafts say he will. Some drafts say he won't. I am looking at Mac Jones out of Alabama.
Oh,
and if
in
not,
the second round?
Yeah.
It could happen.
Some drafts have him going late first round, but I'm not so sure. There's so many quarterbacks to choose from in this draft that I think he might slip down to the second round, and I think he would be a perfect fit for the Patriots dynasty, which is going to have a lot of money next year and last for 100 more years because I just GM them into the future. You're what? Go Pats. I guess that's what I say now.
Vomit.
Yeah, I know. Gross.
Yeah.
Jonathan's at home right now.
Oh, somebody just praised the Patriots.
Oh, Pitts to the Patriots.
Belichick forever.
Oh,
Oh, Bill.
We love you, Bolin.
All
right.
Hey, old Jerry, bro, you got fans out there, bro.
I know. I see that. It's our old friend Josh Duncan.
Wow.
Oh.
Garoppolo.
I love you, Jerry.
Hi.
Hey, Josh. Love you, buddy.
I don't love you.
All right. So who's going next?
I'll go next.
Whatever.
Make Queasy go last. So the team that I chose to GM this time was the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Alan Josephus Bug. No, I don't agree with Andrew. And Michelle, love you. All right.
Don't agree with me about what?
Alan, you know what I'm saying.
You said I could take the tight end. You were okay with it.
Okay, no.
I don't know what you did, Alan, but oh, Bug. All right. So yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins. I'm gonna GM them into the AFC East at the top. So you just did the Patriots. We're gonna stay inside that division. Last year, we all know it was the Bills that actually took that division for like the first time in
Bills
almost 20 years.
Dude, and they owned it.
Yeah, I mean, but your Dolphins weren't that far behind. I think they were like 10. What were they? 10-6.
What did they have?
I probably should have looked at that. I don't think it was so much I don't think it was really a controversy. It kind of looked like that way to us, but what it looked like to me, I should say, is that Tua was not ready to play. I think it was pretty clear that his hip injury wasn't quite there still. Yeah. So he was getting criticized a lot for his deep ball. It just didn't look right. Well, there's a reason. With your hip still not right, you're not putting enough weight on it. You're not driving through it. You can't activate your core muscles. You can't throw as far. I mean, that's just the way it is. And Fitzpatrick, I think in retrospect, he probably should have been starting probably the whole time. I think they jumped the gun a little bit. Didn't have a problem with it. They had a good season, and he got experience, which is a very important thing. But I'm getting conflicted reports right now about Fitzpatrick, whether or not he's coming back or not.
The last I heard he was.
That's exactly the last thing I heard, but it was like within a day of each other. One was that he's being contacted by the Broncos. The Broncos are really interested. He's a free agent. But he's not interested in them because he's probably going to retire. And then it comes out in Rappaport's like, no, he's working out and he's ready to go, and some team will be lucky to have him. But
that's the same thing about Drew Brees because
they don't know.
Yeah, they seen him exercising in Gold's Gym or something.
Right, yeah.
He's coming back. He's
coming back.
If you're going to retire, you're going to still work out.
You know what I'm
Jeremy
saying?
and I
Probably.
literally had this conversation yesterday. I
We
believe.
did about Breeze. But
Like, jeez.
I don't know. I think he will come back, and I think it would actually help the Dolphins if they re-sign him, if it's a decent contract. I don't think they're going to pay him to be their franchise guy because nobody's kidding themselves into thinking that Fitzpatrick's your guy for your franchise. He's kind of up there in age. 2 is obviously the future, so he'll probably start, but he's a good backup if he'll fill that role. But the Dolphins here, notably, I would put their news. They have released linebacker Kyle Van Noy kind of out of the blue. They signed him on a 4-year contract. He played 1 year from the Patriots, and then they released him. And I haven't seen anything about that, but they're going to save some cap space a little bit, I guess. And then here recently, they've acquired offensive tackle from Chris Widener's Titans, Isaiah Wilson. He was their first-round draft pick, and he played like 3 snaps all year and had a very public breakup. I'm not real sure what's going on there. Chris might be able to tell us, but it kind of services their tackle needs because a lot of people had them. Yeah, I got a drink. A lot of people had the Dolphins taking that Sewell kid, that tackle from Oregon, with their 3rd pick.
Yes.
So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look
Very
at it.
high on him.
He's a high pick. He'll be
yes.
one of the first tackles taken, if not the first tackle taken.
Yes.
So we've got around $37 million in cap space.
Okay.
I see different figures when I look around, but that was per Pro Football Network. So that gives you a good little amount to work around. But let's go through the draft.
Hey, Pro Football Network, they're always pretty spot on.
They're pretty spot on, and I think that was after the picking up of Isaiah Wilson and getting rid of Van Noy. But they have the 3rd and 18th pick overall in the first round. And then in the second round, they've got the 36th and the 50th. So they have 4 picks in the top and in the first 2 rounds. So there's a lot of draft picks to work with. I think for me, the best scenario with that 3rd pick is to actually trade back and to get an extra pick.
Jeremy loves to trade back.
I love doing it. It just makes sense. I mean,
well, the thing is, the Dolphins traded for this pick. So are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, because you're going to get an extra pick. So you're going to swap. This is the way I got it. I got it trading with Carolina so Carolina can get their quarterback. And we'll switch picks with them. And then we'll get their 2nd pick, which would be – I got it written down here somewhere. The 39th pick. So it would be early in the 2nd.
Why did you turn like super redneck when you were searching? Well, I got it written down here somewhere.
I got it. I went down to my normal. That's my normal. So you guys get the fake stuff.
You guys do get the fake stuff.
What 2 picks would they get?
They would flip out of the 3rd pick, and they would get the 8th pick and the 39th pick.
Okay. Well, now you're GMing other teams too. You're forcing them to make this trade with you.
No, it just makes sense because Carolina, they look like they want to get a quarterback. They're going to move up. Their quarterback's probably not going to be there at the 8th pick. I'm looking at taking a weapon, an offensive weapon, a wide receiver. I'm not going to take a wide receiver at 3 when I can get the same receiver or I've got top 3 receivers. I've got Devonta Smith, Jamar Chase, and Jalen Waddle. And you can throw a couple more in there if you feel good about them.
Well,
and they'll be there at 8.
Okay.
One of them will be there at 8.
One of them will be there at 8.
Absolutely. And I have no doubt about that.
Okay.
Hopefully you don't get sniped. That's what they call that, sniped. But that's what I would do. I would trade that, let them go take.
There's a term for it?
It really is. There is a term for it.
Jeremy just made it up.
No, I didn't. Go look it up. Look it up, son. But I would trade and I would take Devonta Smith is who I would want if he's still there. You know, a lot of teams, we don't have the combine this year, which really sucks. So you've got, obviously, he's the Heisman winner. But you'd look for, they're going to look at everything, and they're not going to be able to see all the workouts and stuff, and they'll have their pro day. But other than that, I know Jamar Chase is the number 1 receiver on the board, supposedly.
Jamar Chase is that dude, man. But
that doesn't matter to teams. I guarantee you no team's sitting there at 8 looking at receiver, no receivers taken, and they're like, well, everybody's got Jamar Chase on the board. No, they all go and they watch him, and they take who they think fits best.
You should keep the 3rd picking and pick up Pitts.
I ain't taking Pitts.
That's my tight end. He's going to the Patriots. You shut your mouth.
So yeah, we'll say I take Devontae Smith just for whatever. And then my next pick would be at 18, and that's where I would either take a defensive end or a running back. So a lot of people would want you to take a running back, and you'd probably have Najee Harris and Javonte Williams there. But my thinking is Travis Etienne. I mean, there's a couple running backs, but normally you don't have a ton of running backs go in the first round.
No. So you'd have your pick.
You'd have your pick, and I think we can wait actually until that second round pick. Our next pick, even without a trade, would be 36. I'm pretty sure one of those running backs you want are going to be there. So with this pick, I would take a defensive end, an edge rusher. The defense was pretty good last year. I think they were 10th overall in the league in sacks. So you want to continue to bolster those numbers. You have to. They were good. They were good. If you can get a couple of weapons for Tua, and the Dolphins should be pretty good. They've went definitely a lot better than the past several decades.
Oh, dude, they improved so much, and I give all the credit. I know we've talked about it 100 times. Give all the credit to the coaching staff on that one. They
absolutely
did a phenomenal job,
and the owner too. I mean, they cleared house and they did it and they got it done.
Yeah.
But they're not satisfied. I hope because the Bills still won the division. So now you have to look at. Of course, you're going to have the Patriots. They're always going to be a threat when they got Bill Belichick, and now you got to take out the Bills. How are you going to do it? With a lot of good defense. So you got to get that edge rusher.
So let me ask you this. Just going on to your second round, you're the third pick in the second round. Which running back are you taking? We're assuming that all three are still available at this point. That's pretty high.
I would probably take Najee Harris first. And then that's who I've got as my 2 that I would look at as Javonte Williams. I like Travis Etienne, but I don't like him so much. I don't like him as much as the other guys.
Worst case scenario, everybody's gone and you've still got Chuba Hubbard right there.
Exactly. Well, you've got a couple guys that you could take. Yeah. That look good. Matter of fact, also, if you want to continue to bolster your defense, you've got some free agents with a little bit of that money. You got Aaron Jones over there. He ain't no slouch. So if you want to go ahead and pick up Aaron Jones, I mean, last I saw, he didn't get franchise tagged, and they haven't made any deal with him. So he's there. It's just
still
not going to pay him.
One wherever he goes, he'll produce.
I think I can see him in Miami. So. I'll call that. I think they are going to get him. That doesn't mean you don't continue. That doesn't mean that you don't sign him and draft a running back because running back shelf life is not great unless you're Adrian Peterson or Frank Gore. Again,
one of the reasons why they should eliminate or change the franchise tag.
All those franchise tags.
Yeah.
I would say, but with that pick, I would take a defensive end and then do the running back later in the second. I'm looking at Jalen Phillips out of Miami or Kwity Payne from Michigan. Queasy.
Go Blue.
Any other scenario I could see them not trading and maybe still taking that offensive tackle from Oregon, even though they got Isaiah Wilson and they just – I mean, it's not a dumb move. It'd be pretty smart, actually. It's not sexy. You know, you want the weapons for Tua, but you have to have a good line to keep him healthy, which they weren't able to do last year. So, you know. And that's pretty much what I've got for them. There's a lot of good free agents they could go after. Like Russell Okung is one, and there's a couple others. I'm not going to just jump into the bunch, but Russell Okung.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Done.
But I think the Dolphins can really make a good push, especially if they draft well. And you know that, I mean, I think it would be a slam dunk, honestly, to trade back with either like the Jets or Carolina. Any of these guys that really look as a franchise that they need a quarterback, they're going to entertain that offer, and you can get a lot out of them. And, yeah, you got a lot of picks, but –
well, the Jets have the number 2 pick, don't they? So
I think they've got quite a few. They think they've got 2 first-rounders.
The Jets have number 2.
Is it 2? Either way.
Yeah. And then Miami has number 3.
That's true. But Carolina's got 8. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah,
trade back with Carolina.
Yeah, and I think a wide receiver will definitely help Tua out. Definitely can't hurt. You have Devontae Parker there that will be a good mentor to that wide receiver.
Devontae Parker has really come out these past couple of seasons. I've really liked watching him finally kind of hit that potential that he had coming out of college.
Yeah.
No. And then you got two other guys on the offense. Preston Williams, he was coming out and he got hurt.
No slouch. He wasn't a slouch.
And then you got that tight end,
Gasecki, Mike Gesicki.
Yeah.
I don't even know you're on team.
He's a baller, man.
Fired.
Yeah. So this would be a great chance for Miami to make a lot of damage with a cheap team. If that makes sense. You have a lot of guys on rookie contracts still that are playing really well. So do that, and you might be able to pick up a running back within the draft too. So I mean, they could definitely make that draft splash.
No doubt. And then after that, all of my picks, I would take like defensive guys. Continue to bolster that up because their linebacker core now is a little thin. I'm still kind of, honestly, in reality, looking from the outside looking in, well, I don't know what they're doing with Van Noy releasing him. They signed him for a 4-year deal, and he played 1 year.
I know.
Come in and teach us everything you know, and then we're going to boot your ass out of here.
We only signed you to beat the Patriots, but they suck.
But you will see Miami fans with Texans shirts on celebrating.
Oh,
because
that's true.
they would be the reason why they've got their team back. You know what I'm saying?
And look.
And that traded draft pick. It's crazy.
Let me make one thing clear. And anytime we do these shows and we're GMing, if I need a quarterback that's not like Aaron Rodgers or somebody, I'm trying to get Watson from Houston. I'm trying to do it. And I would give them both first 2-round picks for him. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't believe in Tua. Tua could be a good quarterback in the future, but Deshaun Watson's 25.
We know. He's proven.
He's a proven quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion, in the league with crappy weapons. He hates that. He would do well in Miami. It's not my –
and they treat him like trash over there. Oh, God.
But the only problem is –
they don't want him.
The only problem is –
they don't want to get rid of him.
Is that he's going to my San Francisco 49ers because I'm the GM.
Queasy. Tell us what the 49ers are doing, baby.
They do have the number 12 pick, but – they would make a splash of free agency first, not free agency, I guess. Make a trade. It's gonna be a huge trade. So I would say,
it's gonna be huge.
Huge. Trying to send Garoppolo to your New England Patriots.
I don't want him. I already made it clear. I don't want him.
And y'all want him. Trust me.
Yes, because they're trying to
want him over Brissett, bro.
Brissett.
Taking Brissett. Hey, Queasy,
Tyrod Taylor.
I just seen your trade offer. He can't breathe. Y'all don't want to know what I sent him.
I'm just saying. It's stupid, man. But I think they will definitely go after Garoppolo. I think all the hype.
I got him. I'm sorry.
I just spit water everywhere.
Oh shit. To the bed.
It would make 100% sense for them to go get trade out for Garoppolo and try to get Watson.
Yeah. Hey, Caitlin, come in here and save him, please.
He done got everything wet.
I'm turning off the group chat.
I'm just saying.
We've been, just so you guys know that are watching, we're private chatting each other while we're doing this, and we're not being so nice.
Yeah. So, yes, I was saying Garoppolo to New England.
Yeah,
and I think New England will definitely enjoy that. They will definitely accept it with open arms.
Absolutely.
Deshaun Watson, of course, will go to the 49ers. And the Texans will get that. Well, of course, draft picks will have to be mixed around there. But I think the Texans will get the 13th pick, in which they can pick up Matt Jones from Alabama.
Matt Jones.
That way, they're not willing to spend no money. They're getting a quarterback, and I think Matt Jones will still be on the board at that time. So I think every team will be satisfied. I am not giving up Bosa. I'm not giving up Ayuk.
No.
I'm not giving up what's his name? Samuels. Everybody else can
kick rocks.
Everybody else is no problem.
Fair game. Hey, Ayuk, I like Ayuk now.
That was a good pick.
Exactly.
49ers, man. He did real well. There was a lot of rookies that came in last year, especially at the wide receiver position, and just killed it.
It was the same with the year before too. Like the wide receivers coming out of college, they're immediately making impacts.
They come in ready to play. I mean, as long as you know your route tree, and even if you don't, if you're not great at a ton of stuff, they can still get you on the field. Especially like Justin Jefferson. I know early in the year, it was just, hey man, go route, 9 route, go.
Yeah. And the wide receivers that came out, the wide receivers that's coming out this year, let me say that, have a lot of great wide receivers, and that's going down to the young kid from Minnesota.
Talking about Rashad Bateman.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good options there. Of course, the running back core was very good last year, unexpectedly or expectedly. A lot of those running backs came on late. The rookie running backs came on late.
That's right.
And so that was pretty well. But that would be my big splashes for San Fran. They don't need to make any huge changes. Good on defense and great on offense. So once you get Deshaun Watson there, you will definitely be, expected to be in the Super Bowl.
Oh, if you get Deshaun Watson, the 49ers, I mean, they're already dangerous now with Garoppolo if they get healthy again. If you get Watson in there, it's a game changer. I mean, their offense is a huge threat right now on the ground, right?
Yeah, their run game is already so
competent. Garoppolo's a competent passer, like play action especially. Watson, defensive coordinators would be pulling their hair out trying to figure out how to stop the run game, then also containing Watson in the pocket, and then also stopping any pass play to the Ayuk and whoever else. I mean, It would be crazy. You got to get Houston to come off of it.
They have decent edge rushers also too.
Oh, hell yeah. And you look – I would say if you look around the league, everybody except for Houston Texan fans, and maybe even a few of them, want to see Deshaun Watson out of Houston. Yeah. Just as a regular NFL fan, I don't have a team. I don't care where he goes. I just want to see him outside of Houston. I want to see him with weapons. I want to see him with a team like the Niners that really have a legitimate team that can push to a Super Bowl.
Yes. Again, I think they have a great defense already still. Great coach. Matter of fact, that coach has coached in the Super Bowl before.
You say
when was that?
With my Falcons.
Oh, but also with the
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. So yes. So they have everything in place, to make that splash, and I think they would go for it. So you think the Texans would not go for it?
Well, right now, everything that I've seen so far is the Texans are
trying to hold on to it.
Doing this right here in the corner, saying, you'll stay. And then Watson's sitting in the other corner going, look, I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys keep me. I'm not going to play.
He's also like this, though.
Yeah. Well. But I really do think once draft picks start coming to the forefront, they're going to have to make a move. And I'm saying this because no one in the top 4 or so is not going to give up a draft pick for the Texans. So, because you're getting nothing back. So, I know. And plus, Deshaun Watson has the final say because he has
no trade clause.
No trade clause. So, no, I don't want to go to the Jets. No, I don't want to go to Miami.
You guys remember? I think he picked Miami as one of the places he would go.
He did.
I don't know where that list came from, if it actually came from Deshaun Watson or not, but you looked at it and you're like,
put it out.
That's hearsay, and that's why I hate hearing commentators make this big old, man, they got the most assets for him. They got more. It don't matter.
Well, I don't know, man. You look at it, though, like if you're Deshaun Watson and you're sitting there and you're like, hey, I want out of here. I want to go to a team. You're not going to go to a team like it's super ready for a Super Bowl. You're not going to Kansas City.
No.
You're not going to the Ravens. Do I think the Ravens would be a better team with him? Yeah. Are they going to? No.
You think the Ravens would trade Lamar Jackson?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I would. I doubt they would. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make a ton of sense. He's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. I'll fight anybody that says otherwise.
Absolutely.
So, those top teams right there, and who have those top picks. No, you don't want to make a trade with them. They mentioned the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers would be a good spot for them, also too. I think so, but I do think by 40. I think the 49ers will make that splash. I think they have aggressive GM with Lynch, so
could you imagine? I like what you just said with Carolina, though. Could you imagine that?
Yeah,
him and Christian McCaffrey. Oh,
and don't sleep in that wide receiver either.
Which one?
DJ Sharp?
That's Jacksonville.
Well, they got what's his name? They got nice.
I'm sorry, I can't think. Hang on. I thought you turned off the private chat.
I'm sorry, I had to do one more.
I can't think of his name.
It's initials too, but they have a young, nice wide receiver too. On Carolina.
They do. I know him. God dang it! I love my brain. No, McLaurin's with Washington. If you said his name, I'd know.
DJ Chark.
What? He's at Jacksonville, Carolina. DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, yeah. I like DJ.
Look it up.
He was number 10 on our top 10 list last year.
I know, DJ Moore.
So, I think he'll do well there too. What?
They also have Robbie Anderson, Mr. Deep Threat himself.
Hey, Robbie Anderson turned it on this year, man.
Dude, you talk about a dude that was so happy to get out of the Jets organization. Robbie Anderson.
Carolina is poised and ready to turn it up, I think. They are getting there.
Not with Teddy.
Again.
Well, I mean, Teddy's going to
I don't think Bridgewater did that horrible that it was
he didn't.
Oh, he got to go. That's why it's so crazy for me to hear them or commentators talking about they got to go get a quarterback. I'm like, it wasn't that sorry.
They don't have to, but imagine a step up,
Oh, 1,000%. You say that about any team. But, again, McCaffrey was hurt all year long.
Yep.
Bridgewater was hurt some. So, they did what they did. And you was in a division with the Super Bowl champions.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't even win their division. There was another great team in there called the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then
I'm just saying. So, I don't know. It's whatever, man. It's whatever, man. You know what I'm saying?
Down like a clown.
Oh, look at you. Down like a clown.
Stop. Oh, Queasy, you got anything else on your 49ers? Man, your light just showing on your head, big old ring.
Man. Hey, man. I think that will automatically make them Super Bowl champions. Not champions, but the most likely is too. Right there with the Chiefs.
I feel like they're already Super Bowl ready, but you just mix in a few more ingredients there, and all you're doing is upping your chances.
No one was really loving Garoppolo since, in a sense, since day one when he got there. So, this would be a great chance for them to turn it around.
He really gets a lot of flack for no reason. He's not a great quarterback. He's not a terrible quarterback. He's just.
And that's why I think New England will be a great spot because the fans will open up arms to him. The coach already loves him. The offensive coordinator already loves him. So,
I'm sorry, but we're going to be loving Jacoby Brissett. So you take that and run on with it.
I don't
we're going to take our money and put it in our pocket.
Hey, even Jacoby Brissett's like, who me?
I don't know if I want that.
I never get picked first.
How Jacoby Brissett playing Madden and trade itself? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jacoby Brissett playing fantasy. He don't take himself first round.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, trust me, I love myself, but
not while Patty Mahomes still on the board.
Let me go ahead and get that.
Come on, man. And Tyrod Taylor just living in a mobile home right now. He just traveled away.
Man, that guy got a raw deal. Ended up getting screwed by the doctor. They punctured his lung and messed that dude all up.
I'm just saying,
crazy, man.
Well, he's coming if Brissett don't. So, and we park his trailer right outside Gillette Stadium. We ain't got a problem with that. Now,
Brissett would be a great backup quarterback. Period. So,
well, we start backups. So, that's what Cam Newton should have been. And then we ended up playing kid out of Auburn. Nah, man. I keep saying we because I'm still the GM until this episode ends.
I got you.
The Patriots are in a bad way. People don't want to admit it because last year they had a lot of opt-outs, right? Cam came in, which was weird. Like, nobody expected Cam to go there, and then they just signed him like
nobody expected him to be that ass.
And then he did. He didn't look great. He's definitely not the Cam that he was, whether that be because he's still injured or whatever it is. And I don't know if they keep him or if they let him go and they start that other dude. What is it, Stidham? Jared Stidham?
They're not going to start him.
I don't know. It looked like they were poised to start Stidham. I don't know if he could have done much work. He definitely ain't running for like.
Well, at this point, we're going to trade the Bills for Jake Fromm, so we're not in a good way.
And that's the thing, man. That shows you how ride or die you have to be with a good quarterback. That's why people are so willing. Right now, I would throw just about everything. If almost every franchise to get Watson, not to be a broken record, but
yeah,
really would.
Yeah,
I'd be like, Houston, look, you guys have really screwed yourself.
All right, I'm saying that. As you're saying that, I would and I wouldn't, because there are a lot of good scraps out there. You know what I'm getting at is, I wouldn't mind landing a Garoppolo.
Oh, I feel you.
You just called Garoppolo scraps.
No, I'm just saying you consider him scraps compared to Watson.
Yeah,
but to get him was not really a loss.
Look, Garoppolo's he's a competent starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, say you're Garoppolo right now, he's not even on the same level at like Cam. To me, Cam is not a starting quarterback. It's just what it is, just for what my eyes are telling me, right?
Yeah.
Tua, okay, like I'm Miami's GM. Tua, you know, maybe he develops into one, but from what you saw last year, there's a reason Fitzpatrick kind of started. Was that his hip? I think it was, but he still needs time. But if you're Miami and you're at that record and you're young and you got that, do you really want to continue develop on the field, or do you want a guy that's going to come in and kind of put you over that threshold to win your division, make deep runs, maybe, you know, actually win you a championship? I don't know.
I mean, if I'm New England, I wouldn't mind getting Mariota. That wouldn't bother me at all.
I would love if they're not entertaining the idea of trying to get Mariota, somebody needs to be
And you wouldn't
fired.
have to give up much.
Probably not.
Because the Raiders would love, I don't want to say love to get rid of him, but they want to get rid of him because of money.
Well, and also it's creating a quarterback controversy among their fans and teammates. And, you know, you got a guy who's on par with Derek Carr here. And, I mean, some people prefer him, some people don't. You know, ship him off, get something for him.
Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't want Nick Foles is because of his contract. But other than that, you know, he's decent. He's done his thing. Trubisky done his thing. But Foles got a horrible contract, so I wouldn't want him for that because of that.
You know, some of these guys' agents are just amazing. How Nick Foles played, I mean, he won the Super Bowl, right? But how many games did he actually play where he looked stellar? Like, it's not many. You know, and the games that he did play after the Super Bowl especially were like, this don't look like the same guy.
Yeah.
But he got paid.
Yes.
I'll forever till I go into the grave talk about Sam Bradford. That dude got paid he got paid a ton of money. And dude had the most, he was like so mediocre to like hardly ever played.
Every photo I've ever seen of Sam Bradford, he looks like a lost 10-year-old in Kmart.
Well, I'm just.
He got paid so much money though. Like,
how many times have you seen that kid, man? I'm just saying.
Where you're like always googling pictures of him, like,
hey, little boy.
Looks like a kid I saw at Walmart.
Kmart. I said Kmart, bro.
You like lollipops?
They're gone now. It's Walmart now. Walmart rules everything.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys. Before Queasy gets any creepier, I've enjoyed this episode.
Enjoy the chase around little boys in Walmart.
Shut up, Queasy. If there's any teams that you guys would like for us to GM next time, we've got a couple more. Quit it with the private chat. If there's any teams you guys would like for us to GM, go ahead and drop them in the comments below.
Definitely do that.
We'll be doing 2 more GM episodes as of right now before the next month is up. Yep. We're going to have an episode on free agency coming up because y'all know the free agency gets kind of wild. And we are going to give you, for all the college people out there, a list of our top 10 quarterbacks of the last 20 years, college football edition. Give you a little college content out here. And we're going to argue and debate amongst ourselves, and you guys are free to chime in, tell us what you think. But all this stuff's coming up in the next month, so make sure you tune in.
And I see Travis up there. Travis, you're right. I think.
Whispers, where you at, Whispers?
He said he was sending me a text. He said he couldn't get in on Facebook, so he was watching on YouTube.
As a quarterback, but won't lose them either. He is a manageable quarterback. You need Deshaun Watson in pro levels. Hey, you the man, Travis. Thanks for listening in, Whispers. Whispers got our back.
Hey, you doing it right here. Isn't that what Butters do?
All right, guys. Well,
What's good, Cat?
like we've been talking about broken records with Deshaun Watson, we're going to repeat what we always say. Go for 3.
Go for 3.
Always.
Baby.
Whoop.